Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I've got a video here on some techniques that I use to maintain the edge on my knives. And sharpening can be a touchy subject sometimes, depending on who you talk to. 90% of the time, I don't actually have to sharpen my knives. And when I say sharpen, I mean use some sort of diamond stone or novaculite or something like that to actually remove a ton of material from a blade. Now this Work Sharp, I think this is the field sharpener, is great for if you just need something to throw in your pack and that can kind of do a little bit of everything. It's got multiple grits on here, removable, so you can really get on and work on something if you need to. A strop and a ceramic hone there. It's got several different, it's got a coarse and a fine. And I use this thing mainly when I'm making knives, so I won't necessarily have to use a knife that I've been using for quite some time. But I have several different flavors of knives here that I'll go through and show basically what I do. Again, this is super handy, but I don't use it all that much. This guy, I hardly use either. Now, if I've rolled an edge or if I've hit a nail or something funky, bullet in my material that I've been batoning, sometimes you can catch spaces or little nicks and dings in an edge. This one doesn't have any though. This is a LT Wright Bushcrafter high carbon. But this is just a ceramic hone, ceramic rod that I've put in a walrus tooth to have a bit of a handle. And really, this one you won't really feel. You can feel it touch. So like if you start removing material, you can feel it kind of grab, but this dude really doesn't have many spots that's going to grab on it. So I would skip this guy. If this thing's fairly sharp, I'm going to go straight to a strop. And man, seems like everybody and their mama's driving down my road now all of a sudden. But these two strops are from my buddy Alan. The chickens are going wild. HCO strops makes great little strops. I have several more that are smaller. That two of them live in my class bag, and then one lives beside my chair, along with this guy for just getting my strap on. This guy, you can tell, has already been on the strap before. It has that polished looking edge to it. And what I do is it kind of locks in, so to speak. So if you're holding it up and it's got a bunch of play to it, that's not necessarily what you want. You want that thing, if you can lay it on there, just press it down. That is basically the angle that you want. You just want it to register the angle, and then add just a little bit to it and just back and forth. Nothing fancy. It's cold out here. My compound's getting crusty. But that's it. And it'll put that little polished edge down there. And what that does is just, it moves that wire on the end, there'll be like a piece of steel that's so thin it's like a burr. And we just want to fold that dude back and forth to straighten it out or remove it. I'd call that guy good. It's one of the first LTs that I got with my fun whitetail antler ferro rod in a JRE sheath. This is my, hey, I'm going to go to Blade Show, I want to wear something fancy. So it's a petrified wood button, leather outside, cane-toed exterior. Just a fun pouch. But this has a high saber bush baby in it. And it's going to be the same way. You can lay it on there and you can feel it when it gets right. There's a certain way that it's supposed to go. And that just takes practice. You can get where you can do it with one hand to get that angle that you want. And also, like the plunge, you don't want to lay it where it's on the ricasso or however you pronounce it, but you want it to, so the plunge line is where it's touching. And I put a decent amount of pressure behind when I do it. And that's just something that, you know, you'll have to practice to. Again, it's cold out here, and my compound's getting all crusty. See, this dude's high saber. This guy, this is my all-time favorite bush baby right here. This is full flat. You can see it gets dropped pretty often. But the difference in grinds on those guys, this has a little untouched material here instead of the grind going all the way to the spine. It's my favorite one right there. This was actually the first LT Wright knife that I ever wanted, was a bush baby. And every time I'd go to try to get one, I'd see Mikey at shows, and I'd go and hold a overland machete for 15 minutes and talk about how awesome it was. And then I'd look at these guys and I'd walk off, and finally I'd say, all right, I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one this time, and go net, I'll be gone. So the first LT I ever got was a GNS that my wife got me for my birthday. Matter of fact, Georgia Bushcraft Spring Gathering. A lot of these, once you get where you maintain that edge, so it's really not sharpening, just maintaining the edge. You can call it, I don't know if there's a, the technical term for it. People get mad about sharpening stuff sometimes, but I just want to keep it stropped. I want it to be sharp. And you can shave your hand with it, or your leg, or you can test it on your fingernail if it grabs. This is a GNS in 01. 01 from LT is like stank, nasty, sharp. I don't know what a good way of putting it. My Kel Smucks are 01, and they're ridiculously sharp. These GNSs are super sharp too. That's what that O stands for, is 01. This dude, here's another one of my favorites right here. My pronghorn. Super awesome little knives. Same deal. Just rock and roll with it back and forth. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Just the hardest part is just getting that where you know the angle you want to put it at. But that's just repetition. You need to do it a bunch and you'll figure out stropping it. This dude is another way. This guy. So you can do it on here and it works well. But there's some options for you for maintaining the edge of your knife. Stroppy strops. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This will be on LT Wright's YouTube channel. Like and subscribe if you like it. You can also check me out. Bushcraft Kelso will find you. I have some other stuff on here, but you guys enjoy yourselves and stay sharp. Later.